Hello, hi, my name is Samuel Izerza for the SE channel. Thank you for tuning in, subscribe, and share as much as you can. Like I said, I'm not doing that many videos these days because it's just, even if you want to talk and state your opinion, you know who comes after you, right? I mean, it's just these globalists are strange kinds of people, if you know what I mean. Okay, Pedo. Anyways, if you know how to spell, write it down. Um, please take your vitamin C, vitamin D, and your zinc tablets, and please drink tonic water. Very, very important. Please drink tonic water. It's got quinine. You know, if you guys don't know what tonic water, which a lot of them people don't, this is it. Okay, I drink this at least one glass a day. Sorry, normally I would just grab it. But anyways, so the CBC suggests that Russia is behind, all those truckers going to Ottawa, about 50,000 of them. It's like, I don't know, 10 miles or 20 miles of truckers. Here, let's just listen.
Even instigating it from the outset. Given Canada's support of Ukraine in this current crisis with Russia, I don't know if it's far-fetched to ask, but there is concern that Russian actors could be continuing to fuel things as this protest grows, but perhaps even instigating it from the outset.
This is CBC.
Given Canada's support of Ukraine in this current...
Like, I haven't watched CBC in such a long time. Thank God. Thank God. That's where you get all those Karens and all those people, like petrified. People are starting to wake up here in Quebec, Ontario, and Canada. A lot of them are starting to wake up. Okay, they got the jab. They got the vaccine. Now we're seeing the passport everywhere at the Home Depots or the Sam's Club or the Walmarts. You can't come in, if you're not vaxxed, obviously. So obviously, I always said this from 2 years ago. I mean, they're going to introduce the vaccine passport and the carbon credit passport. It's coming. It's already here. So I guess Australia, Canada, some parts of Europe we're the test. We're the litmus test. Thank God for the U.S. But you got all these truckers. Who is this woman? I don't know. Let's listen again.
Current crisis with Russia. I don't know if it's far-fetched to ask, but there is concern that Russian actors could be continuing to fuel things as this protest grows, but perhaps even instigating it from the outset. Given Canada's support of Ukraine in this current crisis with Russia, I don't know if it's far-fetched to ask, but there is concern that Russian actors could...
They're going to invade. I mean, all I can want to tell you, the Russians want concessions. They're not going to attack my life. They're not going to attack. They're going to do it after the Olympics. If they're going to do it. I mean, they just want concessions. People say, who's this woman? A Russian expert, yeah, of course. CBC. Look at this. The tinfoil hat, of course. Today, the trucker rally are being held at many locations across the country. Okay, here's a message to Canadian truckers. And so many people around me got the Omicron, by the way. At least 60 people around me got it. At least. They're okay. It was a bit of hell that went on. Pierre Poilievre, he is a conservative MP from Ontario. This guy's great. I like this guy.
But it's also a rally for the 60% of Canadians who say they worry they can't afford food. It's for the 60-year-old small businessman who spent his entire adult life building up an enterprise and watching it wiped out. It's for the depressed 14-year-old who's been locked out of school. It's for the families that can't take it anymore. It's for the people who want to stand up and speak for their freedoms. It's for all those that our government and our media have insulted and left behind. It's for the people who work hard to put food on our table, to stock our shelves, and to make this country work. truckers, not Trudeau.
That's his opinion. Pierre Poilievre. I hope he runs for prime minister. I mean, this guy can win easily. Easily can win. Stock shelves thanks the trucker. Empty shelves thanks Trudeau. That's Canada. Walking around the protest. Here's my punchline. Our political elites have grossly underestimated the anger and frustration. Yes. This movement isn't about to disappear. How it shapes conservative politics will surely impact the next election, if there is. You know, once the elite take power, you know, they make sure they got their people, their judges, everything in place. So I say it's Canada's fault to re-elect, you know, Justin Trudeau. It's the fault of the Canadians. You guys want it? This is where we go.
Wouldn't I be? This is democracy. This is what democracy is all about. People believe that the government has overstepped with mandates, and they're here to exercise their democratic right. People give the government the power to act in accordance with their values. The government does not have any independent power. It is us that confer the power on the government. And where they overstep, the people have a right to voice their opinions. What we've seen in the last year with demonization of people, turning people against each other, the hatred that has been spewed from the highest levels is completely unacceptable. And the people have had enough. And so they're here to voice their opinions, and I support any peaceful act of democracy. And all I've seen here is loving, law-abiding Canadians expressing their voice, which they're entitled to do. So why wouldn't I be here, Andrew?
Do you feel like the Conservatives have done an adequate job at representing these people throughout the pandemic in the last couple of years, or even in the time that you've been in office, the last few months?
Well, I've always spoken out. You've seen that I've always spoken out from the very beginning about...
Yeah. And the reason why I say peace is very important is because this could be a setup, you know, in Ottawa with the Canadian Parliament. They call it gorgeous. If you ever go to the Canadian Parliament, wow, it's like unbelievable.
Racist groups, and they are like terrorists, and we are part of this convoy as well. We are heading to Ottawa right now, and we are meeting people on the way, on the en route, and we are getting a lot of response from...
This is a movement, ladies, and like I said, you know, thank God there's no violence or anything, because first of all, peaceful protests are allowed. They want to give us an image, also the globalists, that we're allowed to have peaceful protests because the sheep, you know, are looking at this. You know, they're looking at this. Wow, you know, and they're looking for any excuse, because you got to remember January 6th. We got to learn from January 6th. You know, it was, to me, I don't know, my opinion, it was all a setup. It was all a setup. I won't go there I won't go there because, you know, YTube is listening. But you know what I mean? You know, this was all a setup. I mean, you know, imagine people are storming the Ottawa Parliament, you know, the Canadian Parliament. You know, no security around. Open the doors, you know, there's always a few crazies, obviously. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to do this, okay? Like I said, these are not my videos. I just took this on Twitter. I'm sure, you know, it's not for copyright or anything like that, but it's just, this is to show, you know, people, Canadians, non-Canadians, Americans, that people are fighting back against the globalists. That's what it is. It's just, that's it. It's, you know, jab is a jab. You know, like, okay, let's move on. That's it. Let's get on with our lives. Let's get on with our lives. That's it. That's it. And at the end of the day, I always say this has to do with the vaccine passport and the carbon credit passport. My view. You don't have to listen. But please take your vitamin C, vitamin D, and your zinc tablets every day. and your tonic water. Very important. Take care. God bless. God bless. God bless all the Canadians. God bless all the truckers. God bless all the Americans. Yeah. I think Trudeau is starting to feel it, that something's going on here.